Well, college basketball season is right around the corner. Uh, I guess 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, we'll be playing. Open up at home and then travel to LSU and Tulane. So we're working hard right now in practice, and practice is going well. One of the reasons it's going well is because we have 14 guys on our team. 10 were in our program last year, and of those 10, 6 of them played a lot of basketball for us, double-figure minutes. All of them in the rotation. So we've got a lot of experience out on the floor in practice, and you can feel it. We're way farther along than we were, last couple of years at this point. We don't have any double-figure scores returning, but we got a bunch of candidates. Of those 6 guys, 5 of them all averaged from 9 to 8 to 7 points a game last year, and they had double-figure games during the year and in league play as well. So, of that group, and I'm talking about Tyreese Watson, Jalen Bolden, Jacob Wilson, Jerry Ningapo, Makai Willis. AD played a lot for us last year at the center position, but of all those guys, 2, 3, 4 of them are going to average double figures this year, and they've all improved. They're all experienced. They've gotten better. They're very anxious to play the season. We added some key players, we think, to help them. One of the things that we struggled with last year at times was three-point shooting. It's something that really hindered us really throughout the year. And Colty Young, a transfer from Jackson State, a 2-year starter for them, another guy that averaged around 9, 10 points a game and had multiple double-figure games for them. He's come out here and shot the ball extremely well in practice from the three-point line, and he's going to really help us in that area. Besides just being another good wing player like Tyreese and Jalen and Jacob, and he's going to be right up there with them. And then we added a freshman kid, a foreign kid from Latvia named Raynor Sandors. We hired him. We signed him particularly to help us stretch the floor at the forward position, the 4 spot. Makai Willis will be our starting 4-man. He backed up Nika last year, but he's more of a power forward. At the rim, posting up, driving, a little bit of three-point shooting, but not much. And so we wanted to sign somebody different, help us at the three-point line. Raynor's is a stretch 4 of the definition of the word. He's a stretch 4. Shoot threes. He's long. He's 6'9". He's only 18 years old, and he's a nice addition for us. And then we have some other guys, that also are returning that we signed, But by and large, the guys I mentioned is going to be really the heartbeat of the team. And I saw we were picked last in the preseason the other day, and might as well address that. And because I know Aaron was going to ask me, so might as well address it. But look, what's interesting about that is we don't have to look very far at all for an example of how to improve on that prediction. Our football team was picked last, and here they are today, sitting in first place. And so it's fired up our team, no question about it. I think they're going to have a chip on their shoulder, just like our football team. The football team's success is bleeding over to our guys. I can tell it. I can feel it. And so I think we have a great chance of being the surprise team of the league. I do. There's no way we're going to finish last in this league. And our players have owned where we are and what we're trying to do this year, and they've looked good in practice, and we can't wait to get started.
So, Coach, how do you explain that with so much turnover in college basketball and college athletics, the fact you get 10 guys coming back? Is that, I guess, the message and, I guess, the chemistry that you develop?
Well, no, I think it's obviously it's not happening a lot out there, but there are a few teams. It's just kind of the way it worked out. One thing I think is that this group of guys realized that this is their turn, and their turn to be leaders and leading scorers and their team, so to speak. And why leave and go start all over somewhere else? And I know that was true for 3 or 4 of them in particular, that they'd kind of paid their dues. We've had some guys that this is their 3rd year. A couple of guys, this is their 3rd year in Division I. They've already transferred once. This is their moment, so to speak. And I think it had a lot to do with that. And I'm glad we have that many returners. It certainly, helps us in practice, and it's going to help us in games.
You had a stretch during last season where you kind of won 4 out of 5 games over a stretch during the season. Do you look at that as kind of something you can build off of with the returners coming back?
Yeah, I do. And some of the things we did last year, some good things, happened. We got off to a rough start. We were 0-6 start. We couldn't make a 3-point shot to save our lives. Even good shots, they just weren't going in. But we were doing a lot of other good things. We were rebounding the ball well, playing pretty good defense, on and on and on. The 3-point line was really hurting us. So we changed after those first 6 games last year and quit shooting the 3 so much and really started just, I don't know if y'all remember, pounding the ball inside, driving it, getting to the free throw line, offensive rebounding. And we went 6-6 the rest of the way. So this year, we want to continue to do some of those good things that we were doing, rebounding, offensive rebounding, driving it, throwing the ball inside. But we need to add some 3-point shooting. And I think we have with Colte and Raynars and the returners. Some of the returners have worked really hard on their shooting to be better 3-point shooters this year. So I think we can take what we did last year, add to it, and have a more balanced team offensively, which is going to help us to win games.
What year is this for you in college basketball?
This is my 40th season coaching as a college coach. So, yeah.
But that fire's still in the belly.
Oh yeah. We're rocking and rolling, and I got a great group of kids this year. Great group. I've enjoyed coaching them summer, preseason, all the way up to this day, and I'm looking forward to going through the rigors of a season with them because it's a good group. They really want it this year and want to be the team that accomplishes their goals. Is thought of like our football team, on and on and on. And they can do it. So we got a good vibe, and I'm enjoying coaching them right now.
Coach, you mentioned the schedule. How difficult is the non-conference?
Well, we've got some money games, obviously that we got to play. We're playing at LSU and at Tulane and at Rice. We get those out the way early in the season. But we've got a bunch of home games this year. And I say a bunch, I think we've got 16 this year, which is a good year for us. And it's no terrible travel in the preseason. So it's an opportunity schedule. It's an opportunity that we're going to have a chance to win, every time we take the floor. And travel shouldn't be a problem, and we can't blame that. It's really, I think it's a good schedule for this team. One of the reasons we're getting the money games out the way early, Aaron, is because I do have a bunch of veterans returning and experienced guys. They've been on the road, and so that's what we're going to do in the first 2 weeks, and then we come back home and really kind of settle in November and December and see if we can make some hay and with these home games.
You lose, like I say, you lose a couple of key players from last year's team, a couple of key scorers. How have you seen the guys coming back now? They're going to have to step in the bigger roles. How have you seen them kind of step in?
Again, they it's their turn. I'll name 2 in particular: Tyreese, Watson, and Jalen Bolden. They feel it. It's their turn, and they're ready to to be the leading scorers, to be the leaders of this team, and on and on and on. And so that's been just a pleasure to see. And speaking of Tyreese Watson, for the past couple of 2-3 weeks or so, we've actually moved him over to the point guard position and play him at the point. And, of course, he's been telling me he was a point guard since he was since he got here. And I said, well, I don't know about that, but we put him in there a couple of weeks ago, and tell you, he looks pretty good. It gives us a bigger lineup with him at the point. He's quick, he's long, he's got good skill. He's been around now for a year, so he knows the offense. We're not teaching him a lot of new stuff, and he's done a really nice job. And with him at the point, there's a chance we could start. Our starting five could be 6'3" to 6'10", and that feels good and looks good, out on the floor. And plus, it keeps some of our better players. Our wings are going to be our main guys, our wings, but counting Tyreese even at the point as a wing, and then a dark horse for us this year is Mekhi Willis. Mekhi has always been a talented guy, just haven't really ever put it all together in his career. He had a couple of good games for us last year, won the game for us at Old Dominion last year, had a couple of good home games, but not real consistent, and he's looked great out here. And I hired a new coach this summer, and he's come in and watched us, and longtime guy, Phil Cunningham, and he's been around now. He's been around. He's been in our league, and he's been surprised at, number one, our talent. I think he thought maybe that it wasn't going to be as good as it is, and we've got good talent, and a couple of guys in particular. One of them being Mekhi. There's certain days out on this floor, he looks like an SEC four-man. And Phil's been in the SEC. He was there, for a long time with Mississippi State. And we just got to get Mekhi to become more consistent night in and night out. And he's working on it. So, I'm excited. The players are excited. We got a chance. We really, really do to do something this year.
Being the dean of ULM coaches, you mentioned it earlier about feeding off football. Can you sense it on campus with the players? They feed off of each other about the success?
No question. We talked, for example, I talked to our team the day after we beat James Madison, and they know those players, and they were talking about certain ones, and they're excited for them, and there's nothing like at a football game in the South, college football game in particular, when you look over there to the student side and you got full stands, and you got interaction, and I drove up here for homecoming the other day. There were cars everywhere, and so our players are wrapped up in it. They really are, and we're excited about our football team and what's going on there, no question. And as I mentioned, our guys are walking around with their chest stuck out, and you got to feel good with ULM on your chest right now, and our players are feeding off that.
Jalen, you've been around here for a while. Why does this year feel a little different for you?
I feel like we have a way better team, really, way more of a team, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of guys who can score the ball, defend. We all playing as one right now. It feel way different. Last year we had guys who, we was individuals, you know what I'm saying? And we played a lot of teams last year that was, playing as one, so I feel like we one of them teams now.
Playing as one, talking about that, and you bring a lot of returners back. How vital is that for this year, knowing a lot of guys that were from last year's team?
Last year, I feel like we had guys who could get the job done. Like you said, we playing as one, so everybody moving on one accord. So it's like everybody moving for each other, playing for each other. So it's different. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I got guys on my side who gonna take care of business, who gonna ride for me. So that's gonna make me ride for them. In return, we gonna play way better.
How many conversations were there? There's so much turnover in college basketball. Were you all working on each other? Hey, you're not going nowhere. You're staying here with me. We're gonna ride this thing out. We're gonna turn it around.
Yeah, definitely a lot of conversations during the summer. You know what I'm saying? We just talking to each other because we know what we can really do this year. Everybody counting us out, so we just been grinding. Everybody stand each other ear, you know what I'm saying, working every day. You know what I'm saying? Come back every day ready to work with a new mindset that we know what we can do to win this year.
All right, Tyreese, what's it been like?
It's been great. Looking forward to this upcoming season. And we got guys that are hungry, so everything's been going very well.
What's kind of the mindset the kind of team is taking on this year for a better outcome in the new season?
We kind of got the underdog mindset. There's a lot of predictions on us that's just not where we like to be at. So, we're going to just use everything we hear as fuel and then just put it in our jetpack and then take off with it. That's pretty much it.
Describe how competitive practice has been.
It's been very competitive. A couple times coaches had to tell us that, we got to relax because, we got guys in there that's just been going at it. But it's all going to translate. And the good part about that is we all do it out of love and passion. So it's all going to translate on the court.
You had a lot of productive seniors go off last year. Now, how's it been kind of stepping into a bigger role this year?
Yeah, me being a senior myself, I gotta try to take on that leadership role and make sure the guys that are with me are doing the same as well. Everybody's on the same page this year. Last year was last year, so I really don't want to go back to that because it's like a fresh breath of air this year, and that's what we've been wanting. That's what we've been hoping for. So we're gonna be good.
I'm sure you got some buddies on that football team. The success that they're having, what does that mean to you?
They setting the tone. I'm sorry, but they're setting the tone. It's got us excited because they pretty much getting the same expectations that we're getting right now. So, and they're overcoming it. So they're setting the tone for us to do the same thing.
You see the student body rallying behind them. You envision those students coming over here and what kind of atmosphere they can create here at Faneuil?
I feel like this is going to be a big year for our fan base because they're going to see a lot of exciting basketball. So it's going to be good.
All right, Jacob, so how has the preseason camp been going, and, what are some expectations that you're setting for yourself and the team this year?
We got a whole different program. We got a whole different team this year. We've been working hard since the summer. We've just been going at it every day, listening to every detail Coach Richard has for us. Gonna have that chip on our shoulder. We're gonna carry that around the whole year. A lot of players didn't really get the chance to have this chance this year, so we're just gonna come with a chip on our shoulder and just show the city what we got.
Having 10 guys return to this team, in today's world of college athletics, that's kind of a rarity. And, what has that been like, having that familiarity and that cohesion with a group that's coming back to Monroe and, here for another season?
It's nothing new. Everybody been through college, had that experience. So they just on a new team where it's a brotherhood and you got to pick up on each other. And like I said, what Coach Richard has for us, we're just going to carry that on the whole year.
What are some of the things that, the coaching staff has, with Phil Cunningham coming in and with Coach Richard, what are some things that they've kind of, implemented here during this preseason?
Coach Fields is a good coach. He's brought some new materials, new drills, new everything, to just take place of Coach Moore Scott that was here last year and just bring more to the table. Also, Coach Woods, he tried to get players in, get extra work in, extra reps, just to get better every day. So we're really blessed to have those two new coaches on our staff, along with Coach Richard.
For you personally, being one of the returners, this is one of the things Coach Richard said is with a lot of guys coming back that it's an opportunity for them to kind of step into a leadership role. Is that something that you see yourself doing this year?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. It ain't good to say, but I kind of took that back seat in the 2 first years. Now I'm here now. Got a lot to get done, a lot to accomplish. But like I said, it's a whole nother team with my brothers, and we're gonna get it done.
Being around campus, and you guys were at the football game last Saturday, and that's kind of something that they've done, being predicted to finish last in the Sun Belt and the worst team in college football. Is that something that this group has kind of seen as like, hey, this is something we can do as a group too, here at ULM, and something that we can prove people wrong this year?
Oh yeah, I've been through that for sure. It's a couple guys on the team that have been through that as well. But it's thrilling to see that the football team is really getting to a great start, and I really feel like they're going to continue that and continue to keep winning and building the program. And we're going to just piggyback off of what they do this season.
What are some of, November 4th's right around the corner. What are those last minutes prep and practice look like for you guys as you get ready for the season opener?
Oh, high intensity, just high intensity. A lot of talking, Leadership, like you said, me, Tyreese, Jalen, AD, Jerry, we just on the new guys. We just picking them up every day, coming in with on our mindset, just come in and get better every day, just work hard, just compete every day.